Hey everyone, I'm Tim Cash. This is the IMDb show. Joining me this week, someone I'm a huge fan of. Please welcome actor, singer, the one and only Janelle Monae. That's it, strike that pose. What's going on? How's quarantine?
You know what? I'm still trying to figure out what day it is, what time it is, what alternate universe I'm in. This quarantine has me asking myself a lot of questions, like, does time even exist? I strongly believe now that time is a social construct.
I 1,000% agree with you. I mean, who created time?
Yeah, for sure.
Congratulations on season 2 of Homecoming.
I knew something was wrong with me, but I couldn't explain it to anyone.
To prepare for your role, did you immediately go back, listen to the original podcast, watch season 1?
Of course I watched season 1 and the podcast. I'm a fan. I said, if they can bring the things that I feel are very special about this season into season 2, it's a yes for me. And I believe they did that and more. Like, it still kept that Alfred Hitchcock vibe. I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say it's even more suspenseful, action-packed. The stakes are a lot higher. We have some new characters. My character is totally different from Heidi's character that was played by Queen Julia Roberts. And I'm just super thankful that, you know, she passed the baton to me.
We're here to help you make this transition, whatever supports that. That's what we're going to do.
When you talk about passing the baton, what was that like?
Well, you know, I can't say that I wasn't nervous, but to know that she's executive producing and she was a part of the decision-making process to pick me meant the world. And I got an opportunity to tell her thank you in person. She showed up on stage. Stefan and I were like, oh my gosh, she's coming to set. So we do the scene and we hear like a, ah! One of the guys in production leaned over to us and was like, I think she loves it. That was Julia Roberts. And we were like, what? She told me that she had been following my career, and I just got to hug her and tell her how much I loved her. And man, she's the best.
I am ready to just put my whole heart into this and give it everything I've got.
Watching Homecoming, there's always a common denominator of conspiracy theory and mystery and sci-fi. And is it true, by the way, I heard you also write sci-fi?
I do, yeah.
Someone told me that.
I grew up writing science fiction. Like, I wrote about photosynthesis and living with my grandmother and how aliens were going to come back with plants and this whole world. But yes, I love sci-fi. It's always been a great medium for me to talk about like things that are happening now, but putting them in the future.
Yeah.
There's so many parallels between what an android is and a minority is. And that's why I'm kind of freaking out a little bit, because I do feel like right now it's a bit dystopian, you know, dealing with this pandemic, people walking around with masks on, nobody trusts each other. It's
official, we are living in an episode of Black Mirror right now. I'll be honest with you.
That's exactly what it feels like to me. I'm ready for it to end though.
How did we get here?
Also, by the way, let's point out that it wasn't that long ago that the US government declassified footage of UFOs, and that just got, no one cares.
No, nobody's talking about that anymore. I know there's more, you know, to what we know. And that's why I represent the android, because when technology does catch up with us, I'm an ally, and I've always been, and that will be noted.
Yeah, you sign me up. I'll help you out. AI.
Right? Like,
let me ask you real quick, for someone that's kind of triggered by a conversation about aliens and conspiracy and Homecoming, what are 3 movies or TV shows that you give the stamp of approval to?
Okay, Matrix for sure.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
The new one's coming, by the way.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
All it takes is time. How much time?
Okay, so Matrix, amazing film.
Gattaca.
Mm-hmm.
Love Gattaca. I love the minimalism that it had, the cinematography, obviously.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Gattaca just had a lot to say about how we can be made to not reach our goals because we'll never be good enough in somebody's eyes.
The color doesn't match. He's right. My eyes are prettier.
Ethan Hawke's character was going to work every day pretending to be somebody else because of his health. He couldn't like live out his dream to go to space. It was just crazy to me.
God, even you are gonna tell me what I can and can't do now?
One more, just to close out the trifecta.
Oh, Memento. Memento is one of my favorites.
Why are you asking me? I can't remember what I've done. You wouldn't believe me anyway.
I watched Memento to get prepared for Homecoming.
Yes.
You know, my character, Jackie, she loses her memory. She wakes up in this boat and she doesn't know who she is. And we're following her journey of self-discovery.
If I did something wrong, I have no idea what it is.
So I studied Memento. I did all the Jason Bourne identity films. And I watched this movie with Nicole Kidman before I go to sleep, where she wakes up every morning and doesn't know who her husband is, who she is. And he has to remind her with these like Post-it notes on the wall, like, hi, we're married. So I tried to dig deep and, you know, Memento is still incredible.
I've told you this before, haven't I?
Before we go, I want to give you an opportunity, just a message from you to the people living at home right now.
Yeah, you know, listen, this is a tough time for a lot of us, even though we're in this together. We're not all experiencing the same things. My experience is not the same as, let's say, a single Black mom with 5 kids who just got laid off. So I think this is a time for us to figure out how we can be of service and helpful to each other. And this is a moment for humanity to band together. This is a moment for the people to help the people. We will get past this, and let's just remember the power of community.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much for your time. Catch season 2 of Homecoming. It's available right now on Amazon Prime Video. Take care.
My goodness, it was such a pleasure. You take care. You be safe too. All my love.